I don't know what's more disturbing. The fact that this movie is trying to sell Tyler Perry as an action hero, or the fact that the trailer used the same music used in the Looper trailer. Don't believe me? Hit it. Regardless of the fact that I personally hated Looper, that's just wrong. I imagine the fans of Looper are none too pleased. But I gotta say that despite all of the negative reviews, and believe me, there are plenty of negative reviews for this movie, I actually didn't think it was that bad. It has flaws, for sure, but I kinda enjoyed it. First, let's get the obvious out of the way. Tyler Perry was not the right choice for Alex Cross. He didn't do a half-bad job in my opinion at least, but I kept thinking throughout the entire movie, why isn't Denzel playing this guy? He would have been perfect. He's Denzel, for goodness sakes. But poor casting aside, I did think that Tyler Perry and Edward Burns worked together well as partners. Not a very memorable partnership, mind you, but it worked. Matthew Fox did a great job. He really seemed to be giving it his all. I only wish that performance could have been saved for a higher quality film. This movie was directed by Rob Cohen, who previously did Fast and Furious and Triple X, just to name a couple. He did fine with the dramatic scenes, but when it came to the action scenes, they could have been better. They aren't disastrous scenes per se, but he does, on occasion, have the camera operator more towards the end of the film shake the camera in a very unnatural way. The actions themselves aren't that hard to follow, but the camera just acts like a kid who won't calm down. And 2 or 3 moments were actually dramatically slowed down and they felt really out of place. I think overall it is entertaining enough for a rental. But to be honest, it's like a volcano at a science fair. You know how every time you go to a science fair, there's always that one person, there's always one freaking person who has a volcano that's gonna erupt. And you know it's something special. I mean, you've seen these kinds of projects before, but you stay to watch just to, you know, humor the kid. That is this movie in a nutshell. It is a volcano erupting that we have seen 100 times over. It does nothing unique for science. Or in this case, film. But when it ends, you really don't feel pissed. You just feel like moving on to the next item, which you know for a fact has got to be more interesting. So while I did enjoy this movie and shockingly wasn't disappointed, partially due to the fact that I went in with shit expectations, I'm only gonna recommend a rental if you are interested. But if you have some like nagging desire to go and see this in the theaters, which I doubt you do, but if by some off chance you do have that nagging desire, then I highly recommend you go for the early bird. Do not pay more than you absolutely have to for this movie. I give Alex Cross 2.5 out of 5 stars. I recently read an article where Tyler Perry expressed interest in a sequel to this movie. And you know, I gotta say, I'm okay with that, but switch directors. And hey, why not stick with the whole Fast and Furious vibe and hire Justin Lin? That dude, as I have said in the past, knows how to shoot action. But since it's not my call, probably won't happen. Thanks as always for watching, guys. See you soon.